Deep beneath Africa's red earth soil lies a secret power, tiny white crystals worth more than gold. But what if I told you that China's hidden army is digging, smuggling, and shuttering factories in secret? Welcome to Africa's Lithium Wars, where Chinese mining juggernauts quietly stack lithium, the lifeblood of the electric revolution, while local communities pay the price in dust, despair, and vanishing rivers. This isn't a sci-fi thriller, it's happening now. From Zimbabwe's disputed mines to Nigeria's child-run pits, China spearheads a silent scramble for lithium that's reshaping Africa's destiny. Government-backed giants and shadowy subcontractors are claiming reserves behind closed-door deals, bypassing scrutiny, redrawing power balances, and rewriting the rules of resource control. Why lithium? Because it's the red-hot core of modern battery tech, fueling smartphones, EVs, strategic reserves. As the world goes electric, lithium has become the new oil. Africa holds a slice of that future, but for whom? Will its nations capture value or bleed empty, leaving exploitation and disruption in their wake? From Namibia to the DRC, from sprawling mega projects to clandestine artisanal dig sites, this mineral race pits Chinese capital and statecraft against fragile democracies and vulnerable communities. We'll expose the underground deals, the environmental devastation, and the human toll, while tracking the powerful behind closed-door contracts shaping who wins and who loses. Consider Zimbabwe, the continent's top lithium producer. Since 2021, Chinese firms like Sinomine and Wayo Cobalt have pumped over $1 billion into mining and refining projects, laying the groundwork to dominate Africa's lithium exports. But entire industries have formed around shipping crude concentrate abroad. As raw ore, Zimbabwe earns a fraction of its potential. In 2025, Zimbabwe announced a ban on exporting lithium concentrates by January 2027. On the surface, it's national empowerment. But dig deeper, and you find this move conveniently backs massive Chinese refining builds by the same players, leading critics to question, who's really gaining control of the value chain? Behind the policy drama are farmers in Mutoko forced off their land, water poisoned in marriage, and informal miners working in lethal tunnels with no safety nets. They sift ore by hand for rock-bottom prices, often under Chinese buyers who undercut fair trade, paying below $150 per ton. This isn't cleaner energy, it's a new mineral colonization. Travel to Nasarawa, Nigeria, where children as young as 6 chip away at lithium veins for cents a day, breathing dust that scours their lungs. In Pasali, little girls and boys haul bags under the scorching sun, none of them in school. Illegal mines operate with impunity, supplying Chinese middlemen with ore for next-day export. "We have no choice," whispers a mother lifting her daughter's dusty hand. "If I don't send her, we starve." Juliet, age 6, chips ore in one hand while the other holds her dreams, of going to school, of a life beyond the mine. These children carry the weight of a global clean energy crisis, fueled by foreign capital and government neglect. In Namibia, protests erupted as a string of allegations emerged: toxic pollution, underpaid locals, destroyed grazing lands. Dozens of Chinese mining outfits are accused of human rights and environmental violations, yet the operations persist with little accountability. The people cry foul, but the government seems paralyzed by foreign investment deals. Then there's the Democratic Republic of Congo, home to the colossal Monono Katolo project, estimated 120 million tons of lithium ore, one of the world's richest deposits. AVZ Minerals, an Australian firm, initially held the rights, then China's Zijin Mining swooped in, acquiring 61% through state-aligned vehicles. The courts upheld the sale. Outcome: Chinese control over Africa's deepest lithium vein. Georgetown University researchers warn that China now controls a lion's share of Africa's critical mineral extraction, granting them strategic dominance over EV supply chains. Through Belt and Road Initiative ties and opaque extraction deals, local governments are locked out of meaningful value creation, left with hastily signed contracts and patchwork promises. Take water. Lithium extraction gobbles up nearly 2 million liters per ton, threatening aquifers relied on by millions. In Zimbabwe, mining scars the land, kills soil fertility, pollutes rivers with heavy metals. In Zambia, copper tailings dams collapsed in early 2025, releasing 50 million liters of acidic waste. That disaster tore across Kofu River and could foreshadow future lithium spills. When mines expand, farmers vanish. When dust wins, crops fail. Mining booms pump money, but only to a few. In Malawi and Mali, similar rushes triggered local inflation, land grabs, and social fracture. Lithium's arrival threatens a repeat, rural livelihoods sacrificed to extractive schemes run in foreign interest. Behind closed doors, Chinese state companies and private firms negotiate secret deals, land leases priced in backroom bids, tax breaks sealed in undisclosed clauses, environmental oversight buried in legal fine print. When exposés erupt, states scramble to manage the fallout, but the minerals flow on. It's a dance of power and concealment, where billions move in the dark. Lithium powers tomorrow's EVs. But who's tomorrow? Chinese supply chains trim costs. African governments purport gold rush dreams. But African citizens watch water tables fall, children vanish from schools, and fields turn barren. The promise of green tech is soured by stories of new extraction frontiers, and age-old inequality. Across Africa's corridors of power and protest, voices are awakening. Activists in Namibia and Congo demand transparency, contracts, environmental audits, royalties. Aid bodies warn, rush tempo extraction fuels corruption, weak institutions, and mayhem. Civil society is fighting a battle to ensure Africa's lithium does not become a curse. Some countries are pushing back. Zimbabwe's export ban by 2027 could shift leverage. Nigeria is cracking down, raiding illegal pits, arresting Chinese nationals, deploying mining marshals to reclaim authority. But enforcement is spotty, inconsistent, and leaves power concentrated in the hands of a few. This is not business as usual, it is a 21st century scramble. Picture opaque fleets over trucks, armored by political cover, plasma screen deal rooms where mineral rights are swapped like chips. Soon, drone-monitored pits feed lithium to EV giants halfway around the world, all guided by Chinese algorithms and African hands held back. I dig with my bare hands, says Boniface, a digger in DRC's Manono area. They pay me $2 a day. They tell me they build roads, but bottles of water cost $3. He points at tailings piles. What comes next? My children drink that water. Without his voice, this script is abstract. With him, it's conviction, the person behind every dump, every empty harvest. In sleek Tokyo and Berlin showrooms, car buyers marvel at cutting-edge EV designs. In contrast, African mining communities stand barefoot in mud, inhaling dust. Their sacrifices aren't in the brochure. They pay for every Tesla battery cell half a world away with their land, lungs, and labor. And the world looks away. Call it neocolonialism. Call it exploitation 2.0. The tools have changed, Asian industrial strategy, AI routing, Belt Road networks, but the outcome echoes the past, resources siphoned abroad, local labor undervalued, sovereignty hollowed out. When will the cycle end? But this doesn't have to be Africa's destiny. Solutions exist, local refining, as Zimbabwe aims, transparent contract legislation, enforceable labor and environmental standards, genuine public-private partnerships with mutual benefit. The tech revolution here must include African voices, not sideline them. We have a choice: continue letting China's hidden mining empire dictate African futures, or demand sovereign, sustainable resource governance. When a child dies in a hole or a river turns to acid, that is not the price of clean energy, it's a stain on our conscience. What matters more? Silicon sensors in EV dashboards, or access to safe water and schooling in Africa's lithium towns? If we want green energy, we must ensure it's not built on buried injustice. Are we willing to pay for that equation? There are hope sparks, mining marshals in Nigeria, local youth pushing for contract transparency, whistleblowers in Luanda and Harare speaking out. Their courage may reroute rivers of capital back into communities instead of shipping offshore. Cue montage: sun-baked pits, tunnel shafts, Chinese-branded machinery rising above dusty fields, miners sipping tea, children skimming lithium dust from water. Then, shift to global EV shows, chrome and lights. The contrast is palpable. Africa's lithium is not another plot of land, it's a catalyst for global structural change. Its mines could finance education, hospitals, and industry, or line foreign pockets and disenfranchise locals. The war is invisible, fought by accountants, not soldiers, but its impact is no less real. So as you plug into your next electric ride, ask this: where did that lithium come from? Who dug it, hauled it, and processed it? Does your clean energy dream include the rights of African workers? Or shrug off their suffering as collateral? On screen, fading to black, Africa's lithium wars have begun. Who will write the ending?